Shout out Sniper T on the beat.
Tamara to the break of dawn is on the rise, with life on the forefront of the mind. So line for line, you can ride this brain train and you can change your station without even touching the dial. So relax, stay a little bit, but listen for a while. And whether you're bumping this in the whip or in a business fit, it's a meeting you won't want to miss. A meeting for a meal to feed the soul with words for the mind. So sit back, enjoy the ride. Time to take off, it's time to fly. Cause Tamara till the break of dawn is on the rise.
Hey. Welcome to the show, y'all. So
at the time of this recording,
it is the day after my dad's 1-year death anniversary. And just to catch y'all up who weren't around when this happened. So a year ago on July 8th, actually, I got a phone call from the nursing home. I did not know that his cancer had returned. Our relationship was estranged. And man, I barely had relationship with him throughout my entire life. But as an adult, I did make efforts to try to have a relationship with him. And I had not talked to him in a year and a half. When he became cancer free, his last text to me was, I love you and I'll talk to you soon. And then, gosh, at all, we never talked again. So then July 8th last year, I got a phone call from the nursing home because I'm his only child. He wasn't married. So they needed me to sign off on medical stuff. And I had to, keep getting phone calls to make all these decisions or whatever. He had rapidly declined, I think, starting the 7th. And then by the 10th, he passed away. And so it's wild because you never know, what is going to trigger what, especially within the first year. I have that experience from when the girl's dad was killed 10 years ago, July 29th. And so Father's Day was okay, surprisingly, this year, because that's actually the last time the girl saw their dad. So June and now July are interesting months, but then it's my birthday's June 27th. So, whatever. But it's really interesting because the night of the 7th, so this week, I realized tomorrow's the 8th, and it literally just took me back to just basically reliving everything last year. And that was at the time super heavy because it's I don't even have a relationship with this man, and I'm making decisions for what's best for him. And I did the best I could based on, asking nurses questions and just kind of praying and all that. And I remember just really wanting his suffering to end. Yeah. But also wanting to not have to be so consumed by it myself, because it was very tough on me emotionally. And so, then he passed away or whatever. And it's wild because I always said I don't have any regrets because I did what I felt at the time was the best. Mainly that was really based off of I didn't have any bitterness towards him. I had forgiven him for just his lack of effort and even just some offenses that happened or whatever. But as I've processed through the past few days, so yesterday was the actual death anniversary, and there's just something about when it rains. I love to just sit and listen to the rain. And what I love about this season I'm in now is it's rained a lot for whatever reason the past, month or so. And I've found myself making the time to actually just sit and listen to the rain when it happens, especially if it happens at night, because I'm not usually working then anyway. And so Thursday nights going into Friday, because Friday is my actual day off where we don't do anything. We don't typically have anything scheduled. I'm not going to hear from anybody. We don't usually have anything on Saturday, but sometimes I will do stuff later in the day on Saturday, just kind of depends or whatever. But Thursdays going into Friday, a lot of times will be like I'll work late to close whatever down, and then, Friday I'm off. But last night I finished earlier and then went for a walk, and I was given a Texas Roadhouse gift card for my birthday. So I ordered food to pick up, steak salad and a baked sweet potato. It's funny though, because I don't ever get all the not mushroom, marshmallow and all that extra they put on it, but got that, ate, and then it started raining and I went out to just sit and watch the rain. Usually I'll post a video on my story whenever it rains. And then I just started thinking like, man, I really actually wish I made more of an effort to try to reach out to my dad. Like, I think about how after he died, I went out there and I got to meet family that I hadn't either ever met or hadn't seen since I was like 4 or something like that. That could have had happened at any point once my aunt reached out to me on Facebook and I got reconnected with that side of family via like social media, phone calls, video calls, all that. That could have happened at any point to where, maybe I could have had seen my dad. And so I actually really struggled with that last night. And like, it's interesting because the night of the 7th, once I realized what day it was and what was about to happen, I cried a lot. And then last night, it's interesting as we close those few days of when everything was going on, I really, really cried hard last night. And the thing that I was really just struggling with was, man, I wish I made more of an effort to try to meet him, try to see him. Like, who knows what would have happened if I would have made more of an effort. I can't do anything about it. But it's interesting because, if I would say I have any regrets in regards to him, I would say it's that. Now, granted, I'm the child, he's the parent. It's not on me to necessarily try to force a relationship. But at the same time, I don't know. That's kind of the thoughts that I had last night. I know I've learned, and even just obviously, he was a very wounded and broken person if he couldn't have a relationship with his only child. I don't doubt that my dad loved me, but what I do know is that in his hurt, insecurity, brokenness, and his struggles, he did not know how to express that in a way that I needed, or he did not know how to have a relationship and make that effort. And then I just started thinking I don't want to have those regrets in life. And this is kind of where I'm going to end this. I do, and I'll get over it and, whatever, but I do have those regrets in regards to him. That's kind of where my heart is struggling right now. But there are a lot of people that are alive that I just started thinking I don't want to live to where I have regrets of I didn't communicate whatever to whoever. I don't want to live like that. And so that's I guess my encouragement to y'all. There are different things in life that will cause us to hold back on trying to establish relationships with people, or cause us to hold back from whatever. And a lot of times it comes from fear, insecurity, past pain, whatever. And then what I've really been thinking about with all of this is if that's how I'm operating, where I'm allowing past pain, fear, insecurity, whatever, fear of rejection, just whatever, to hinder me from operating how I actually want to operate, then I'm not walking in freedom, right? So that's kind of why I wrestle with that, because it's I'm someone who really does try to like process through my pain or whatever to be healed, process through whatever. So then it's like, there's always levels and layers to stuff though, right? So it's not like I knew this and I chose to act opposite. I didn't know. But what I love is that I don't know if it's when we're ready, but there just come points when the Lord will like reveal things to me, and it's like this new level and this new freedom really that he's inviting me into. But it's not just me. We all have the opportunity. So that is my encouragement to y'all. Yeah, thank you so much for listening. As always, take care of yourself mentally, emotionally, whatever that looks like. Take care of yourselves spiritually, physically. Be healthy in your relationships. Take care of yourself intellectually, like just in all areas of life. Continue to step by step, day by day, moment by moment, whatever, just continue to move forward. And there's this thing, I think it's in my gym, or maybe it's in a different gym that I used to go to, but it talks about just getting 1% better every day. And that's it. And then the next thing you know, you'll be 99% better. And then I feel like we never fully arrive to 100% because we should always be continuing to try to get better. So like, I think that's one area in life where there's like this infinite opportunity to continue to grow. You're never really going to arrive. I feel like as long as you're living and breathing, there's always more, right? So yeah, that is what I have for y'all. Thank you so much for listening. I love y'all so much, and I will talk to y'all soon. Bye.
Ladies and gents, this concludes transmission. Tune in next time for a whole new edition. Another adventure and mission to share, be heard, and clarify the vision of this whole new world for